$60 a lot, man.
Yeah. So what is your favorite part about using Premiere when you edit?
What's my favorite part?
Yeah. Cause like when you compare, you know what I'm saying, like Premiere, it's a solid program versus the shitty program.
Finding a bunch of weird shit that like iMovie won't have. You know, like the warps. Just say like if I'm doing like a certain shot and I shake a bit, there's like something called warp stabilizer.
Yeah.
It pretty much just saves your shot.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of shit that like other softwares won't have. But then there's a lot of different ones like Avid. There's Final Cut Pro. There's I forgot what it's called. There's some other ones. But I just did iMovie and then I straight went to Premiere.
Yeah. So when did you get started, bro? When did you get started with editing? Like the first time you sat down in your
we're rolling, right? We're rolling.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh shit! Fuck.
When was the first time? Like
high school. I had a high school film class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a dumbass little short film that we did. Like it was like 5 minutes. It was like a sign. I loved it though.
Like individual or like?
It was a group, but I was always like, you know, like just like athletes, you know,
you took the lead.
You took the lead.
Yeah.
So it was like, fuck it, I'll edit, I'll direct,
you
know, fuck it. And then I did iMovie first, and I was like, this shit's complicated. And then after a while, I was just like, okay, because we did a couple more like every month. I think it was like that.
And what year was this? Like 2000?
I was a sophomore.
13, something like that.
So I got into school 2014.
Okay, I was close.
So no, you're close. So it's been 5 years.
Yeah. And
if I compare that from back then to now, I feel like I'm well established. I'm well rounded. Like 1 through 10, I'm like an editor.
Yeah.
I'm like
what would you grade yourself?
An 8. The only reason
solid, bro.
7.5. The only reason I say that is because I have kind of like mastered other stuff. Like
what's been the hardest thing to master as a video editor? It gave you a lot of trouble.
No, just getting people's visions right. You know, so I did like, well, you know, I did an internship at Colombia.
Yeah.
So I remember.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
And like, what did that?
Well, I done a couple projects. Some that hasn't even been put out because Colombia restrictions, but BTS or even my own little projects. Yeah. And it's like I want this certain look. I'm like, all right, I give it a try. You know, this is what I think it is. They're like, nah, it was this. That's what we want. You know, and I try and it's like, nah. I remember this one time. It was the third time and I did it. I'm just like, it was like a certain glow effect that he wanted, but slow mo. It was like some trippy shit. And then I actually got it by the third time. But then I've been having there's been moments where like I just didn't get it. You know, outside of my own personal projects or in Sony.
Yeah.
So I mean, I learned from that. So it's kind of like, that's why I grade myself a little lower. Because I mean, but at the same time, I mastered like directing, doing like treatments, I had a clothing brand, so like all this other stuff, like I'm like pretty good at other stuff. That's why I was never focused on editing. If I was just to focus on editing, like, and that's it, I would be a solid 10 by right now. You get me?
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you were always kind of experimenting with different like creative avenues, so you didn't have 100% focus on one thing.
Exactly.
While at the same time, I think you're playing it right. You feel me? Like you don't want to be this PE coach once said to me, you don't want to be a one-trick horse.
True. Yeah. You just like, I mean, especially now in this career, like if you just know one thing. Once you get a career, you're just like, you expect to know other more things.
Yeah, because you have to be a well-rounded with your skills individual, because then there's gonna be another guy or another girl that's gonna be like better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And they like, and they know how to do this and this and this. Well, I want to be that person that's like, I come in, I'm all well-rounded. Throw me anything, I got you.
So Colombia is a branch of Sony.
So Sony is like the main head, like the main, but then it breaks down to Colombia Records, RCA Records, and Epic Records.
Yeah. And you were working with Colombia Records. Right. And tell us like how that came to be, right? Because you're a kid from HP.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You went to Linda Marquez.
Yeah.
You're what, 21 years old?
No, I'm 20.
20.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be 21 this year?
I guess.
Okay.
By the end of December.
I'm not saying you are 21.
No, it's December, but I'm practically seeing it like by next year.
Right. Okay, guys, he's 20 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that frame in mind. So, how did that opportunity came to be? You know, when you're from HP, there's oftentimes we miss out on a lot of opportunities, and sometimes there's even no opportunity.
Totally.
How did you come across that opportunity?
it's a blessing. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Like, it's a blessing that I'm in this position. I feel like I'm the right route. I'm going the right way. I'm focused, but sometimes I get distracted. But I did a clothing brand before I got into Sony, and this is my senior year. I was 17, 18, and point is, when I met the person from Sony, he's a vice president. Shout out to Sal. He probably won't look at this, but he's like the guy, man. He's like,
he's the man.
And I just got
call Sal.
I just got admitted to, like, I'm gonna be there again, 2020.
Let's go, baby.
January.
2020 vision, baby.
The second semester of my junior year, so I'm excited, because I feel like I'm more refreshed. I'm more like
you're more grown, bro. Exactly. You're more mature.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip because it's only been a year and a half
since you were there.
Well, a year from now. But once I get back in there, it's a year and a half.
Yeah.
So but point is, I got in there because he liked what I mean. I'm just a hustler. Like, I did a clothing brand. He saw what I was doing. He saw my other little small projects. Shout out to my high school teacher, my high school film teacher, Vitali.
What's their name?
My high school teacher?
Yeah.
Mr. Vitali. Stefan Vitali.
Vitali?
Yeah, so he
Shout out Vitali.
Yeah, he's a stupid ass though, but it was amazing though.
Those are the best teachers.
He presented me to my boss, which is now Saul.
Wait, so they knew each other?
Yeah, they knew each other, but then but I mean, at the same time, like, imagine a great connection. You're not just gonna pass any kid to
nah,
you get me?
Hell
You're gonna have, like,
especially not a dude at the top of Colombia Records.
Yeah, he's vice president. There's someone above him. He's amazing too. Like, the whole staff, the whole Colombia. Point is, he actually, I think that's the biggest blessing. Like, someone actually believes in you, in your craft, and you can actually, okay, this guy's gonna go upscale. He's gonna go on a higher level, and he's done that for someone else way back then when he used to, like, teach somewhere else.
Yeah. And
that girl just, like, didn't go to the internship. She didn't, like, try to, like, she just didn't give her all, and, like, they knew about. I'm not sure it was actually Sony. I think it was somewhere else. But still, the fact that the teacher gave you a shot and put out like this is like, oh, I'm gonna present this girl.
So it was that girl was being sent by your same teacher, or
yeah. But that's another story from, like, way back from the years. So that's why he was a little nervous about me.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? Like, that just shows the lack of discipline in that girl. Right? You on the other side, I mean, either whether you're young or not, right? That's according to perception, because some people are young, but yet they're very wise and inside their mind and their heart. I mean, you had the discipline to be like, you know what? This is a great opportunity.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going to make sure I wake my ass up early. I'm going to make sure that when I do get there, I do everything as best as I can. And so that just shows a difference in character between you and her.
I mean, I think it connects back to football, though, man.
Yeah.
You know about it too.
How so? How would you say it?
Work ethic. You know, just grinding, just hustling. You know, I mean, you know, there's certain coaches I've been coached with.
I mean, we've been coached by, like, what, Sosa?
Sosa, Campbell, Wolf. Do you know Wolf?
Coach Wolf. That was funny how he always shows into practice with sandals. He's like,
you can talk about that for hours, man. But they're amazing.
Well, that's the story, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then I got connected to them, and then when I was overwhelmed. I was like, it's a lot of stuff. It's like you're the baby, and there's other interns that was there, and they're like seniors, or they're either barely graduates from the colleges, and I was just a freshman.
I mean, you're the complete baby. You're basically out of high school.
I didn't think they liked me, but I mean, interns. But I mean, we only met like twice. But point is, yeah, it was amazing, man. I edited BTS videos. Man, bro, I was just like happy to have like the pass. They give you like a little car pass, and you get to scan everywhere you go. Like, I was in a lot, and I got to see, like, there's like remember there was like the Goldbergs. So I don't know what show. I never seen it, but I see their trailers, I see the sets, I see them cooking, bro. I was with my boss one time, and it was just like, I just get food for free. It's just amazing, dude. It's just like,
it's a different culture.
It's a whole different vibe, and I'm just like, I better not fuck this up, you know? And
it's a lot of pressure, right, for a young guy.
I guess, but they were always supportive, you know? They made sure that I was with the right hands. There was this one editor that I shadowed, and I helped out. He was amazing. What's his name? Tony, Tracy. They're both amazing. I just saw different departments though. There's like promotion, there's touring, there's radio, there's the A&Rs. So I got like the whole grasp of like everything about the music industry. Yeah. But then I never like understood it until like now I'm like reading about it. You know, and it's just crazy. It's like,
yeah, what books are you reading? Or like articles?
No, I don't. I think it's called. I forget what it's called. It's a blue book. I think it's by Donald Passman. Mm-hmm. So anybody that's interested in the music industry, about like how it works, how it breaks down, I think you guys should check it out.
How has that book influenced you?
It just gives you more, cause he's an attorney. So so he wrote the book. So he pretty much wrote it. Yeah, hell yeah. He set up the contracts. He set up everything. He said how it is.
Smart. There you go.
So there's like the personal managers, the business managers, attorneys, and like all the other departments I just told you about, like touring, all that type of stuff. Me as an editor, like if I go back in there, I want to be aware of like who I'm talking to, what they do, you know, because now that I shifted with time, I don't mind being A&R, you know. A&R is kind of like A&R is an artist, and I can't really pronounce it. Repertoire. Yeah. So they're pretty much the ears of music, so they get to sign whoever they want to sign, but you know, you just don't sign anybody, because then you fuck
Wait,
up.
so you're telling me that they give you like, let's say, a selection of discs to listen to or something, mm-hmm. and then they're like, hey, check these out, these are our top 10. Mm-hmm. We want to hear your opinion and see who do you think.
Yeah, it could go that's potential. It could go that way. A&R goes to certain shows that, like, you know, they want to recruit, they want to scout.
What?
So like that sounds like no. Okay, so just say they get an artist, right? Just say, let me do an example, like Epic Records. Mm. Epic Records has Travis Scott, and like Travis Scott has fucking blown Epic Records like away, like like that's the guy in Epic Records. So then I'm pretty sure he has an A&R. So then that A&R sets up the studio session, sets up the people he like. Oh, Travis Scott should be with this person, that person. But you gotta think about it. The person that recruited him or scouted him, like trusted his ass. Like this is the guy that he has full potential, that he could be at this level. Mm-hmm. You know, because once an artist starts out, they don't have nothing. Mm-hmm. Like they do certain concerts, like the venue is like what, 1,000, but now he's selling out like what, I don't know, like hundreds of thousands. He sells out like he could sell out the Staples Center like nothing.
Yeah, there's no question that he's gained that notoriety as a popular artist.
That's the power behind the scenes of the A&R, of the personal manager, of promotions, of marketing, advertising, all that stuff. That's when you know it's done well.
Right.
At the same time, of course, you have to have great music.
For sure.
That, you know?
I mean, you can't.
And there's certain artists that's just like, you wonder, like, how the fuck did they get at that level? But then that's because that's a music label right behind them.
Right, there's a team
pushing their agenda on the radio, on magazines, on like a bunch of like videos or interviews. So then it's kind of like hard to ignore like them, because they're always everywhere you look at. You get me? But then you sometimes wonder like, how did this artist get up here? Mm-hmm. So like it works like that, which is interesting to me. But A&R is something I love, and I'm interested on. Music editing, music videos I've done or I have been on, I've seen before done, and even film. I'm a film major, so it's like everywhere. And then I've done a clothing brand, so it's like all these other stuff I'm just like gathering, and I'm just like, and I'm collecting them. Like, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is what I want to do. So just say if I get into like Sony, right? At least I could go out to them like, oh, I could do merchandise. I've done that before. So I know how it is to talk to the manufacturer. I know how it is to talk to get embroidered or screen printed or DTG, which is direct to garment. I know how to get into stores under commission. It's like all that type of stuff, bro. And that's contracts. You gotta sign it. So that's like a lot of stuff. So I feel like I'm blessed to say like I'm in a good position that like I can go anywhere I want. You know, so it's alright, man. But I mean, I got friends that's like. You know a bunch of friends, you know, now they're just like, they just work, you know, that's all they do. And then you got friends that they don't do nothing. Or they just smoke, they just drink. Yeah, and then you got some people that, you know, they just do in college, but at the same time they don't know what they want to do in college.
I think that's the majority of people.
You think so?
I think that's the majority of people. I think everyone is kind of lost in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about life in a philosophical way, you're kind of like, what is the purpose of my existence? What is the purpose of my life? And some people have no purpose yet, or at least they haven't found it. Like you, for example, you understand at least that you get a lot of pleasure from being in the music industry, from creating, right? And then there's people who are just like, chalice, dog. You know, I have no idea.
No, and I feel bad because trust me, you can talk to anybody I talk to. I always poke them.
Like you try to see if they can find something new interesting?
Yeah, like I always poke them like, oh, what's your dream career? What's your dream job? Such and such. And I feel bad because
it sucks, right?
No, I mean,
because some people like they don't even want to react to that.
Yeah, they don't. And some people do, some people don't, and I respect it. And I respect because you never know what certain position they're in. You know, family wise, personal wise, mental wise. So I mean, I can never be the judge and be like, oh,
yeah,
like
you're right.
Like, you know, you're like, you don't know shit, blah blah. No, I never knock someone down for like not knowing, because I mean,
because you don't really know, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I got certain, like, my siblings. It took them a while. I think not all of them. I think like one or two. Like, so I know how to have friends that they literally just don't know, and I'm just like, it's cool. Or something like their parents just got divorced, or they just lost a sibling, or they lost a cousin, or they just got caught up with a bunch of bullshit. So I know how it is to be like, okay, I shouldn't be putting in too much pressure, but just say like, I'm always gonna be the guy that's gonna be poking you with ideas, or like, you should do this, or you should try this, you know? Because I don't like the fact that like we're just like comfortable, or just content.
So do you think that some of these people lacked a mentor? So because you know,
I think all of us do. I like mentor too.
No, I'm saying a mentor.
Oh, mentor.
Yeah, a mentor. You think that, you know how you had a teacher
that
kind of hooked you up with the Colombia Records guy?
Yeah. Like, okay, I wouldn't say hook me up. I guess he could hook me up.
I mean, the hookup is basically saying like, hey, I know a guy, which is technically like the hookup. It doesn't mean that he worked for you.
Yeah. Because I mean, I always say like I put in my work. You know, it's just, it wasn't like no hand. If it was a handout,
there's no such thing.
I would never accept handouts.
Oh, dude.
Plus, I feel a certain way.
Is there a such thing in the real like industry of things as a handout?
No.
Especially for a kid from HP.
No, there's no.
Hell no. Right?
No.
So, guys, above anything, I just want you to recognize that there's work ethic here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this fool works harder than a lot of people that I know, right? And he's only 20 years old. And so I don't want you to think that just because you're creative or bright that you can make it in whatever field you want to be in. Yeah. Tell them about how hard you have worked to get to where you have gotten.
Man, I hate talking about myself like that, but I mean,
maybe just a couple snippets.
Okay, everybody knows that I fuck with like my homies or like my homegirls or anybody that has worked with me, or even you. Like when I was editing your stuff back then, like I never slept. I don't sleep.
It's crazy.
I don't sleep, and I mean I like it though. You know.
It's you.
I don't sleep, so like there's some days I remember this one time I did a challenge just to myself, just for the fuck of it. I was like, let's see how long I could not sleep. I did like 3.5 days, you know, just not sleeping, dude. And I don't drink coffee. I don't want to drink coffee because But I think that's a weird flex. I just don't.
That's totally a weird flex. That's an unhealthy flex. Is your sleep better today?
Yeah.
What do you typically sleep? How many hours do you sleep at night?
Now, I mean, there's not really much going on. In a sense, like creative wise, I mean, I'm working on some stuff, but I try to take care of myself and I sleep 8 hours.
Okay,
7.
fair.
You know, it's fair. But back then, I used to, like, for sure, I knew, like, back then, like, last year, or even a couple months ago, I was like, as long as I get 4 or 5 hours, I'm straight. You know? But usually 4 hours would be my number, like 4 hours. As long as I get 4 hours, I'm good.
Your minimum.
Yeah, I would never get, like, 7 or 8 or 9. You know, I would never get that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if I would get, like, one of those days, it'll fuck me up, because then, like,
because now you crave it.
Yeah,
right?
or like,
I'm going to sleep an extra 2 hours.
You know when you sleep for so long and you feel fucked up, like, damn, that was a long ass nap.
Yeah.
And I feel like it messes up your sleep cycle.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
To that point where.
But when I edit, or when I do videos, or when I was doing like my freshman, when I was doing an intern, I was interning, college, and work, and it was dope. I mean, I like being busy, but sleep wasn't really like. I think how I see it is like a balance. Like if you don't get sleep, you know, there's like social life, sleep, and then like financial stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So like one of them was gonna drop.
Yeah.
So for me it was like sleep, and then my social life was like during that time I just had two or three people. But now that I have more time, I spend more time with people. I mean, all my friends that I fuck with, they know I'm busy, but I don't like the fact that they know that. Because
why? What's wrong with that?
Because then
you're doing shit with your life.
No, because everyone thinks, oh, I didn't hit you up because you're always busy. Or like, oh, I didn't even bother to ask you to go out because you're busy.
That's whack though.
And I'm just like, bro, you can always
just text me.
No. But then most of the times they're right though, because every time you tell me like, hey, I'm actually.
So you always rank it. You always rank it because you're not quote unquote, but like you are busy.
Yeah, but
that's just fair. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a certain level of respect.
No. That's my real ones though. Like they respect the shit out of it. That's what I'm saying.
And then, right? Like they love you so much that they're like, hey, we gotta let Luis handle his business, and when he's free and he wants to see us, he'll give us a call.
I guess, but yeah, that's cute.
Right? So I mean, when it comes down to sleep, bro, it's totally super important to have a certain level of healthy amount of sleep.
How much do you sleep as a teacher?
Normally I sleep about let's go.
Okay.
Let's say between 6-7 hours daily, which is okay. You know what I'm saying?
Like you still gotta do the plans on for every day.
Well, yeah. Usually I'll plan like at night. You know, right before the day. That way I make sure that everything's set, ready to go. That way when I get into class, I'm not like, what the fuck, you know? But I was gonna say, my main point is that genetically, some people don't need 8 hours of sleep. Some people only need 4, 5, 6 hours. Yes, facts. Like some people are just wired that way.
Where's your research? I want to know.
You can, Jamie, pull it up.
No, that's interesting. I do want to read that. I do want to check it out.
If you want, I can find you some better like straight up like research. But you can probably just Google Scholar it and say like genetically, can some people sleep less? And from what I've read before, from Jocko Willink, I don't know if you know who that is.
Nah.
He's a commander, an ex-commander of the Navy SEALs, and
they're bitch asses.
They're crazy.
They're
crazy. Like when they're training, they sleep like 3-4 hours. That's not good. That's like sleep deprived. Yeah. But they have their own philosophies, their own reasons, right? They're at war, so they clearly have to be ready to go at any point in time.
That's true.
And that guy, dude, that guy's nuts.
Respect.
Dude, Jocko's nuts, bro. What's single Jocko. Jocko Willink.
Okay.
This fool wakes up at 4:30 in the morning every single day.
I can't do that.
That's nuts.
I can't do that.
But here's his reason. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, go for it.
You want to be up before the men. You want to be up before the enemy at war.
Okay.
Right? And so you outwork them, you outsmart them, you outplan them, and when you're up at 4:30 in the morning, the whole world is asleep.
No,
Technically not, right?
No, my shit, yeah, for sure. My shit is different. It's actually vice versa, and I explained this to a couple.
And that makes sense to me too. I made that counter argument.
I explained this to a couple people. I'm like, cause I'm like a night owl, so I'm always working at night.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, how long you gonna stay wake up? And I'm just like, I don't know, until like the next day and such, you know. But I like the fact that like when everyone's sleeping at night, I'm awake.
Yeah.
You know, I can never wake up in the morning and be like 4:30, 5:30. No, I actually stay from the night, and then I go sleep at 6. You know,
and you sleep kind of during the day.
And then I sleep during the day. But the fact that he wakes up, my bad, at 4:30, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, but I love that you brought up that counter argument because that's what I thought. I was like, all right, so you know, I like your philosophy, right? Because you're right. He says at 4:30 in the morning, no one's in the weight room, right? No one's at the gym to bother you, screw you up. Nobody's doing traffic. Nobody's blowing up your phone. Nobody's annoying you. It's just you in the world. And then I was like, solid. But what about the fools that don't sleep at night either?
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Just a little different though. It's a little different because now, you know, when you go to sleep, now your whole family is up, right?
Yeah,
if you want to be a family man eventually, you're probably not going to be able to do that because now your kids are going to be playing and you're going to be like,
you'll be dead. You're gonna be
right. So I don't know. You got to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's the most suckiest part about like going up all night and then like my little bros will wait the whole day with my siblings, my mom, but then I'm knocked the fuck out cold to like 1 p.m. or something. You know, I mean those are the days when I do get sleep after the night, but then or eventually like because usually it's a habit for me to not go sleep over 2 days. So then I sleep in 2.5 days. So then there's usually that time I just knock the fuck out cold. And it kind of sucks because like they go out and do something, blah blah blah. Man, like, I should just gone to sleep earlier, you know. But yeah, sleep is like, nah. I used to say this one joke: sleep is for the weak. But nah, bro, sleep is healthy as fuck. Especially after you work out.
You need it, bro.
Yeah.
It restores your muscle growth. It restores your like mental, you know, abilities. It restores so many different things. Yeah. Who's a badass artist that you got the pleasure to meet and collaborate with? To some degree.
To some degree. Oh, I'm gonna say the one that's has been the highest degree that I got to collaborate with and chill with and talk to. And was the artist. Well, when I had my clothing brand, I gave it to a certain artist. Yeah. Right. I went out to San Diego. He was doing a meet and greet type of stuff. He's on the TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. So you know how there's Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Super Q, J Rock. But one of them was Isaiah Rashad. So just to break down the story like real quick, because I always explain the story. But I love the story though. I love it, bro. I went out to San Diego. It was a meet and greet, and you get to say what's up to him, take a picture of him. 7 seconds tops, right? I was like, fuck it, I gotta explain my clothing brand in 7 seconds. And like for him to fuck with it, So when I went up, I just told him about the clothing brand, blah blah. Showed him some stuff that I brought out. And number one, look, it was a hassle to get my clothing brand through the security shit. I kept telling them like, oh, it's for this, and they're just like, fuck it, whatever, take it. 2, he didn't have to take my clothing, like my clothes, like I gave him for my clothing brand, but he took it, so that was nice of him. He was wearing a whole different outfit when I met him, right? When he got up on stage, he was wearing my clothing brand. So he took out his old outfit, put on a long sleeve that I designed for my clothing brand, and I was like, what the fuck? I went back to my hotel on the San Diego one. I don't know why I get this message from his management team. I'm like, hey, such and such, he loves it, blah blah. He wants to invite you onto these on certain tour dates, or if you could meet him because he wants more merchandise. I'm like, bro, that's fucking crazy. And I'm still in high school. I'm fucking, that's fucking crazy. So then when I met him in the observatory in Santa Ana, I gave him more merchandise, a certain exclusive that I literally just designed for him, and then another piece of my new collection that I released during that time. We just talked. We just talked about the material, about how much he fucked with it. I remember when I talked to him, he was just like, "What college you go to?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't go to college." He's like, "Oh, you dropped out?" Like, nah, like I'm still in high school. So he was like blown the fuck away, So he was just like, he's like, "You don't have a business card?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't," And then he was just like, "Bro, you gotta get a business card, man. Like, like DM me your information, this and that." And I could message him, well, of course from that account, which I disabled. But I remember this one time, I just messaged him out of nowhere. He messaged me right away. Like I'm a big fan, but of course you can't be a fanboy around like artists that you like. Yeah.
You can respect them.
Yeah, for sure,
and show appreciation.
Yeah, like I asked him about like one of the songs that like one of his songs that he rapped. I'm like, hey, what does this mean? Because this is how I took it, and he explained it to me. Like, oh, this is what I meant. And I was like, that's crazy. So I worked with him on the T-shirts for a bit. I was like, oh, how do you feel about this and this and this? On a shirt. He was like, bro, I fuck with it. That shit's hard. Cause I was like presenting his he's from Tennessee, Chattanooga, and so I put like the map on the back of the shirt, pretty much some shit like that, right? He fucked with it, and I was like, damn, I'm actually working with an artist just for a certain piece. Yeah. And he wore it on tour. He went to Europe, and he was wearing it.
Right. But what artist is?
Isaiah Rashad.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like underrated. He hasn't released no music yet.
But he's still hard as hell, bro.
He's fucking dope, bro. He's fucking dope. But that's probably the biggest like blessing collab I've done with an artist. I met artists before, like Jack White. I seen him before. I worked on like the BTS for the internet. It's like a certain band with Steve Lacy and Sid. A and Teo done a BTS, chop up some footage. There's a couple more artists. All the other ones like low key, but I shot a video for some artist called Code of the Friend. I was talking to his girl. I think it was his girl, his management or something. And he's on a tour festival on Day in Vegas, some shit like that. Yeah, you haven't seen that lineup? I think it's called Day in Vegas.
No.
Bro,
who's in the lineup?
The headline. This lineup is like the most crazy shit I've seen. One of them like it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think one is like Travis Scott, another one's J. Cole, and another one's Kendrick Lamar. These are like the main lineups, bro.
Straight fire.
And under them is like Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi. There's a bunch of stuff. Like they had the whole TD roster. They have everyone, bro. But like one of the artists was Cole the Friend. I was like, damn, that's crazy. He's in that lineup. And I talked to his management team. I DM'd him once. We talked for a bit, and that's about it. So I feel like I'm like my feet is wet, but I'm not completely in the doorway, you know,
Yeah.
but my feet are wet, you know, and I felt it before. So, yeah, man. I mean, right now I'm just working with like a couple friends that does music, cause I still gotta learn, man. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at what I do right now. I wouldn't feel like I'm shit. It's cause I always talk down about my shit, about my work. I don't ever hype it up.
Yeah.
I'm like the worst critic of my shit.
Right.
Of my work.
Right.
So like if someone to say like, damn, this is a dope ass piece of work or a video, I'm like, it's alright.
Yeah.
Cause for me personally, it's alright. Cause I've seen other people's work and I'm like, that's crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always put myself a little lower.
Well, I don't really see it as you're putting yourself down. I see it as I see it as you're just being analytical of your work.
Exactly.
And you're being you're criticizing it constructively. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting yourself down and saying, man, I'm the wackest editor ever.
I did that shit for jokes, you know.
I know, that's different though. That's different. Right now we're having like a serious conversation about like your craft. You know what I'm saying? And the vibe that I'm picking off, that I'm getting is that you value what you do. You know that you can get better. And you're only 20 years of age. So of course you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And dude, like there's so many different types of editing in all these different fields. There's this guy that has a channel on YouTube. It's called Anatomy of the Fighter. And he basically does like mini documentary series of up and coming UFC fighters.
That's dope. That sounds hard.
Insane.
Insane. A documentary is like the best thing. Have you ever checked out Viceland?
Yes.
Viceland, they have like part of the best shit ever. But I'm going back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
and so basically, you know who Khabib is, right?
Yeah.
The guy that beat up McGregor.
Yeah.
So he went to Dagestan. I may be saying it wrong. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong and offending you. But basically in Russia, there's a place called Dagestan. And that's where Khabib is from. You know what I'm saying? So this black guy from the United States, he's the one that created, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. But this fool also made videos for Chief Keef.
Bro, he's universal then.
Yes.
How do you go from Chief Keef to Khabib? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's the level I want to be at. Cause then like there's so many like edit ways like rappers now these days like just in the hip hop culture they like the VHS look, the static, the old vintage retro 90s look, you know. And I fuck with it. I really fuck with it. But I mean, there's certain cameras you gotta get. There's like what's it called? Damn, what the fuck it's called? It's getting me pissed now. I can't fucking remember. But it's like a certain camera. It's like a handheld.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and you're actually shooting film, like real film. I've done it before, but in different equipment.
Okay.
You're actually shooting film, and once you
So you gotta take that film out and then work with it in a special machine.
You can't expose it.
So it's not like a computer thing then.
No. Oh, then you process it.
You digitize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then
you could then
transfer
it.
You can edit it. You know, that's a certain look. There's a certain camera that gives you that 3D look. I've been wanting to get it.
That's nuts, bro.
It's crazy, bro. I seen a photographer do that from Seattle. I talked to him before so many times. He has certain equipment. I was just like, bro, that's crazy, bro. That's hard. But then going back to what about the
Anatomy Fighter? Or?
Yeah. Like how you went from Chief Keef to Khabib. Like I want to be that universal because then over there in Khabib and that side it's like they wanted more of a crisp look.
Yeah.
You know, that like, you know, showing that emotion with the music, this and that. Like that's two different perspectives, you know. Completely. And I'm more about the documentary film because I mean that's what I'm doing.
Right.
But I do love the music world.
Yeah.
So, but in the music world, they kind of like demand, not that they demand, but they request a certain look, a certain style of edits.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole. I mean, I look up to like only one, Cole Bennett. It's like that dude is like the dude what I want to be, but I know I'm not. But he's like, that's my potential, right?
Why? Like, what's so special about Cole Bennett?
Okay, you know how I explained how I had done a clothing brand and the music video, and all that type of stuff. Like all the bro, Cole Bennett is like, he has his own beverage company. It's like literally a lemonade in a can. But I think he's like what, 22? I think he's like 22. He's young as fuck. But he's from Chicago. He's from Chicago, so he has a bunch of artists that he reps out there.
Yeah.
But he started out with just the same shit. Remember, you seen my equipment before, right?
Yeah.
Well, you never seen my Ronin, my stabilizer. I think you have him. I'm not sure. But he started out with that same equipment.
Okay.
And I remember he talked about this one time he was in a shoot for the Migos. You know the Migos, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he was just like, man, the Migos were like It was a small store. He was just like, they're so used to like production places, like having so much people on set.
Basically like a whole movie.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just like, and I had just had my stabilizer and my Sony camera.
But he made it happen.
I forgot what happened that he didn't do it, but point is the fact that like he started with a certain amount of equipment and now he's like high level. Like he's done his music festival. He's done a music festival, dog. That he literally
like a Coachella type event.
A Coachella type of shit, you know, and it's a smaller degree
for sure,
but not like too small. It's actually like a well respected degree, you know. Artist comes out that's trained, that he's done videos for. They pull up. He's done a festival. He has a music beverage company, like I said. He's probably gonna release that soon, and he does music videos, you know, and he even does interviews too, you know. So he has like,
he's working hard.
That dude is the dude. But then there's someone else called Lone Wolf. Like his edits are like crazy. They're really crazy. Like even to this day, I'm like, I look at it, I'm just like, fuck. You know, like, I wish I could get at that level. Which, you know, but everybody has their own style. I'm not about that copy that style and that's it. You know, copy and paste. You know, I'm more like, all right, let me learn their tricks, but then let me put my own taste. Let me put my own style. You know.
I feel that.
But those two people that I'm aware of. There's a couple more people probably, but I just don't know their names. With Cole Bennett,
that's some real creativity. You know, like your personality is a creative personality. You feel me? Because most people, they just want to copy and paste.
Yeah.
If you have a great idea, I'm gonna do the same exact thing and just repeat it. You're thinking about, okay, how can I make this better?
Yeah.
How can I make this more of myself?
I like telling stories. I like actually like combining which I'm hoping for along the time, like literally make, because there's certain music videos, it's just all hype and they're just rapping to the camera, this and that, and that's it. 1-2 locations, cool, it's a rap. You know, I like to show like a little story sometimes, or like little scenes, you know, like little by little I'm gonna try to progress to that, you know, because kind of showing a little cinematic look and a cinematic feel, and actually having a story, but then also as a music video, all in three, you know. So there's a couple stuff, you know, but I mean, I'm not trying to bash what they done back then, like, or what they still do, like, about, you know, they just move the camera and they just rap into the camera. That looks cool.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, I could tell when a production's like, man, like, there's something called like sky panels. They have certain LED lights and certain colors, or you could tell, like, man, they rented out that place. Like, I respect that. I look at little details like that, you know. Or when there's a bunch of people, like, oh man, they had to pay those people to be there, or they could just be friends, you know. But the fact that like they arranged it, like, damn, like, I respect that, like, a whole different level. Yeah. So that's amazing. But going back to like Khabib and shit like that, like, that's different. Cause he's universal. Like, I want to do documentaries. It'd be cool to do documentaries.
Well, you actually did something similar to that, right? With your homie, the football player.
Oh yeah, Miguel.
You know what? That video came out really dope, bro. Cause you know you got some really dope angles in it.
Thank you.
And you know you can see the football angles, the throwing mechanics,
the rollout.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when you can apply those things because you understand the sport, you can give the deeper level of understanding of a certain game that other people wouldn't understand.
It was probably one of my, like, a pretty fun project. You know, like, I'm not saying like all my other projects it's not that fun, but like it was like football. Like, I played football. You know, like right after I shot the video, like, hey bro, like, throw me the ball. I'm trying to catch some ball. You know, I'm trying to catch the ball. No, pause. Yeah. But that shit was dope. It was fun. I met his coaching staff. I met the players there. I saw the field is at, I think it's East LA. It was a beautiful field. It was dope. It was amazing. It was
East LA College?
Yeah. No. Oh, he plays at ELAC. He's QB. I think he's gonna be redshirt. Okay. I think that's what it's called. Or he's gonna take off a year off because I think I forgot what happened.
Redshirt means that you get hurt.
Yeah.
Then the NCAA.
No. I meant like what part?
Okay. But the NCAA basically gives you a year to recover, and they save that year, right? Yeah. Because when you get to collegiate level, there's a clock. There's a 4-year clock. As soon as you start, let's say you step on the field for the first time, even if you're just on kickoff, your clock has started, right? But like, let's say you're on the football team, but you don't step on the field at all year, you can gray shirt. So you save that year, right? Now, if you get hurt, let's say torn ACL, now you can get a red shirt, even if you played all year. You get me? So there is these good exceptions and stuff, but for the most part, as soon as you get on the field, 4-year clock starts going, and now you can't go to an NCAA school, D1, D2, etc. The one that doesn't have a clock is called the NAIA. That one you could be like 30 years old, and they'll offer you a full scholarship.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why you be seeing some old fools.
Some old ass fools.
Okay, that explains it. I never knew that. Yeah, I mean, I love the fucking college level football, man. I mean, if I were to ever shoot stuff in the college, like any college players, it'd be dope. I think I'm gonna shoot this one kid. He's a high schooler. He's from that, I forgot it was COD, but he's from East LA too, high school, and he's a cool dude. I think that one I'm just gonna. I'll explain later, but he's
so how much do like people pay you, or they're not paying you?
No. Yeah. But I mean, I don't like talking about money.
Well, maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe you shouldn't say that on air. Maybe
No, they do pay me. Now I mean, I'm blessed to say that they do. Back then, I did work for free way back then. You know, like in high school, or like my first semester of college. Now it's gonna be my third. So like, I mean, I'm happy to say I'm well respected. People like my work. People actually look forward to like see some shit. You know, like I'm not saying like they're on the phone like waiting for my shit, but like if they see it, like, all right, let me check it out.
It's dope.
And that's.
What would you say was the importance of working for free?
Ooh, you always gotta work for free. Okay, just say even if a celebrity or high level like star like wants to work with me, I'll work for free. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it.
Why though?
Because the exposure. You know, it's a certain amount of like, you know where you stand at, and if it's someone like way higher than you, in a sense like in a higher degree, no disrespect to the people that I work with, but you just gotta like, just say if I could do like a photo shoot or like a concert, whatever, I'll do it for free. I ain't gonna bill it, you know. I'm not gonna be a dick or like to just be like, no, like you gotta pay me this much. If you're giving me the blessing, like, hey, I really like your work, can you do me a concert? You know, like, and I know like that's higher than me. I'm gonna do it for free because you never know, that might lead up to a bond or a relationship. Like later on the line, you're gonna get paid,
right?
You know, and I feel like that's how it was in Sony too. Because when there's certain times when they say, oh, can you do this, or like it wasn't even part of my shift, or like I was already done, oh, I gotta go, I'll take it, like take it. I don't give a fuck, like, and it's like at Sony level, like I'll do it for them, and it's like. That really built up a bond with my boss, and he like, okay, like he doesn't mind putting the extra hours, and he's not like, oh, I gotta do this, like, oh, you know, like really, or like, nah, like just put your chin up, just do it, and you never know. And then, I mean, now I'm back in 2020 going back there because probably my attitude that I don't mind doing this for free,
right?
You know, like it pays back, it comes back to you.
Yeah, and then that's just kind of like what I was trying to extract from that, right? Is like if you're trying to get to a certain level, you're gonna have to work for free for somebody, right? But obviously you have to determine whether it's worthy or not, right? You're not gonna work for free for some random bozo.
Yeah, and I mean, not trying to disrespect it, but it's the same.
Well, no, a random bozo. What I'm saying, a random bozo would be like some fool randomly walks up to you at Pacific, right? He's like, hey dog, I want you to shoot me a video for free.
I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna respect his approach.
Yeah, but are you gonna do it for free?
I mean, at this time right now, because I'm like got things to do. Yeah. You know, I'm actually like, I can actually say I'm busy, and I actually got things to do in my life compared to like high school. Like I would do it low key.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was high school.
For free.
It was high school. I was in high school still.
Oh, but you're not in high school.
Yeah, but now it's like more like, okay, my time is like, I value my time now.
Right.
So it's kind of like, and I got a couple like certain stuff out that I could say like, this is some nice content. Like, and I do like request money. You know, sometimes and then there's some people like I see a low. Sometimes I see like a low price, and they give me they actually give me more, because they know that like, oh man, this was super low. Like let me get them more, you know. Right. But now this level is like, it all depends, to be honest, because it depends on the project, how big it is. If it's like a 1 minute compared to like a 3 minute, of course the price range is gonna be different. You know, if they demand certain locations, you gotta think about gas.
Right. Like, do I have to take a crazy ass trip?
The demand certain, it all depends on the production, what do you want and what level. Like the next video I'm gonna make, I'm actually gonna put in money. He's gonna put in money too, but I actually want this music video to be like probably my best one so far yet. Really? You know, so yeah, I because sometimes like me, like I tend to like, okay, I believe in this craft, I believe in this person, I believe in this and that. Like I'm actually gonna put money for it, because I see the vision.
It's your own investment.
Exactly, it's my own investment. You know, I think it shows itself. My whole film equipment is my investment. You know, so not many people that does film actually invest in so much stuff. They just rent it or such and such. But I invest in it. You know. Oh, and then I do stocks. I do option trading.
Yeah, how's that going for you, man?
I actually got banned.
You got banned?
Yeah. So
how do you get banned from an app? I imagine.
Robinhood. Yeah. No, I'll tell people. Yeah, you guys should, like totally check out Robinhood. It lets the youth like. Can I break it down real quick? Yeah. I'll break it down. I used to do long-term investing on the app Stash. Hated it because it's long-term. So you practically just.
You're not seeing any.
You're not really seeing no. You get paid dividends and you barely give you enough money. And we're young, so you kind of low key want money now. Yeah. Right. And then I talked to another homie. Shout out to Andrew. That I will say, Andrew has been like my mentor on that in a sense. But we're both learning. Yeah. But he's in a different he's been doing this for years, like since high school, learning about it, reading about it. So he's in a higher level, of course. Okay. But then so there's day trade and then there's swing trade. What I do is
day trade and
swing trade.
Okay.
Swing trade is pretty much when you buy a stock and then you wait until it could be the next day or a couple weeks later, or even next month, but you know it's gonna skyrocket, right? So it's like saying like Apple, right? I wouldn't say Apple. Fuck it, let's just use Apple for an example, right? They release they're gonna release like a new iPhone or a new iPad, September, October. You know that's usually the time you invest on the beginning of the year. January, when everything's all dead, everybody just finished buying presents on December, so the stock is pretty low, you know, and you know September it's gonna go crazy up high, you know, so you invest just say 5,000 whatever, swing trade. Okay, I'm gonna wait until these months, and I know my stock is gonna go crazy high. It's gonna be higher by that time. I don't really usually do that. When I do swing trade, I just do it from a week from now, but I usually day trade. So you can either day trade the market value of a stock. You literally buy the stock, how much it's worth at that moment, and then try to profit out of it. What I do is option trading. Option trading is where the money is at. Me personally, that's where the money is at. It's pretty much, I'm trying to remember the terms. It's called puts or outs or shit like that. And you're pretty much kind of betting against the stock of it's gonna go high, it's gonna go low. So just say I invest, me personally, Tesla. Tesla's like a young company. Compared to Coca-Cola, you know, and certain news comes out, right? I'm not sure you remember when it was like a random Tesla got blown, it blew up in Asia, some part in Asia.
I don't remember that story.
So news came out and people were just look how Tesla's not responsible, it can blow up, this and that. That's not safe, pretty much. So it started kind of trembled down. So once you hear news like that, people's like, well, we don't want to put our hands in that, But then when news comes out, like Elon Musk puts down, I don't know how much millions he put on his own company, so it raises up the stock, and people are like, okay, he believes in his own company that he's gonna put money in it and buy stocks. So that kind of raised up the stocks. So every morning is crazy, man. It's crazy. So just say if it goes 10 cents up, 15 cents up, a certain percentage, you probably get $200. It depends how much money you put in. So what I usually do, I set up a goal in mind. So if I could break it down, when I wake up, I'm gonna try trade and get $250 a day. That's what 2 days of work, right? Averagely, a 12-hour day, 8-hour shift. So then I go on Tesla, I put 1,500, such and such. My portfolio, I put it down, it goes 15 cents up. Once it hits 250, I'm out. Because then if you don't, you get emotional. If you don't have a goal in mind and you're set, you keep thinking it's gonna go high, it's gonna go high. And then out of nowhere, next 5 or 10 seconds, it goes down crazy. And you can lose your money. Option trading, you can lose all your money that you invest, that you put down. In market value, you could probably lose a good portion, but you won't lose it all. Option trading, just like I said, you can win money fast, but at the same time, vice versa, you can lose money straight down. I think my biggest earning I've done was $500. I profited within an hour.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy, man?
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
One more time for everybody watching. What's the name of that? What's the name of that app?
Oh, Robinhood. You guys should check it out. Look at YouTube videos. Trust me. Option trading, market value, charts, charts. Reading charts is important because you get to see these patterns. And I'm not the most professional person. Like I would say I'm a beginner. Like 1 through 10, I'm like a 4, if anything. But if I master something, which is Tesla, I just stick to that company. I know people that does gold, that does what is the mother? Oh, he does like medical stuff. Like medical, I don't know what it is. Some other people do. I forgot what else people do. But I just focus on Tesla.
And it was your homie that got you started with Robinhood?
Robinhood, yes. I used to do long term and stash in high school. So when he told me about it, I was like, bro, I'm not interested, bro. Like, I've been there. Like, no, like this is different. This is option trading. I mean, no, he's like, this is a Robinhood day trade. But then I did option trading myself once I started doing my own research. And then I surprised him. He was like, hey, bro, you doing option trading? I was like, yeah, I'm doing option trading. So I never taught you that. I was like, well, I mean,
like, dude, I can teach myself.
No, but shout out to him though. Like, he was impressed. He's the homie. And he has another friend that his other friend made like, fuck, I'm gonna say it, but his other friend invested in Disney and he made $25K. I forgot how much money he put on, and then he put puts. So he pretty much said the stock he was gonna go down or high, either or. He made 25K. 25K, can't believe that shit. He literally, I'm not even joking. Like, this is like real shit. But people think like stocks are like, it's overwhelming. I don't want to do it. Too much numbers, too much money. I don't want to invest. You only invest Christian money. You don't want to invest your money that like, oh, I need it for that bill coming up soon, or I need that money for gas, or I need that money for a certain bill.
It's basically money that you've saved up.
They put it to the side. You don't mind not seeing it for a while. You don't mind losing it because you have another stash of account of money that you have. Okay, this is for my daily pays. You know, I pay for my food, I pay for my gas, I pay for my bills, this is for my phone bill. Because if you put your money on that, if you literally take that money and put it on stocks, you're gonna keep thinking, okay, I can't lose this money. I gotta put it back in my bank account.
Because you need it, right?
Exactly. You don't do that.
Right.
That's the worst. Don't ever do that. Just put money that you can invest. So right now, I mean, now that I got banned, because it's some stuff. It's like they give you like 3 slots, and you gotta wait 5 consecutive days. Which I don't know. Me personally, okay, I traded on a Friday, right? And then I traded next Friday. And I was assuming it opened up.
It's been 5 days.
Yeah, it's been 5 days.
Yeah.
But
probably like time wise.
Exactly. That's what he told me. That's that day. I traded on Friday 1 p.m. The last Friday at 1 p.m. and then the next Friday I traded at Friday 11 a.m.
Too early. 3 hours too early.
I wasn't aware of that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It happens. Right. It's a learning.
It bans you for 3 months. Yeah.
Are you serious? So you don't have access to Robinhood?
For 3 months? I mean that goes for like I don't want to talk about it on camera, but you know it's on your social security. That's why. So you don't want to be using somebody else's social security.
Oh, for sure.
You know, for sure. So yeah, I wait. But I got
And you do all of this through your cell phone? Or the computer?
No, you can do it through your phone, but I don't suggest that. I remember I used to do it, but then my friend was telling me like, dude, you gotta get some screens. You gotta have some charts. You gotta see how it's flowing.
Research purposes,
you know, because you can't just be on your phone like, cause it can't like.
Unless you already know what's up.
I guess, but I wouldn't suggest it, cause sometimes it can lag or it's like 10 seconds late, such and such. So you could go to like Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
My friend has some other stuff, but
what would you say would be a good amount of money to get started? Like, let's say someone right now watching this, a young kid or something. Myself.
No, really.
Myself.
No, really. I would suggest like I'm really like this is what I do suggest people to kind of like invest knowledge. Because, I mean, once we think about it, it's like, I mean, who do you know that invests in stocks? It's like, there's very few people.
That I know, you and one of my homies, Chris Flores. That's it. 2 people. Yeah. That's it.
It's kind of like, and I mean, you know all the different cultures it'd be.
I've always been curious.
Yeah.
But then there's always that fear, right, of investing and thinking like, damn, I just lost my entire life saving.
So let me explain you this. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go to Ameritrade or E-Trade, you know, all these other stuff. Trust me, just like how I explained to you how like, I know how it is, how it works, the basic level. When I opened those other apps, when I looked at those other websites, I was overwhelmed. So I know how it feels to be like, I don't want to do this. This is too much.
Something for the first time.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, I understood it at a certain potential, but I was like, nah, I don't want to risk this. This looks too much. Because they have charts everywhere. They have numbers everywhere. They have ETFs. They have all this other information. Just like, Robinhood literally makes it simplified. It simplified for you. You know, but then you do your own research and you find out where it is, this and that. But at the same time, it's not the best source of like information. If you want to look for news, you better do it somewhere else because Robinhood's so limited. And it's like, that's why I really love Robinhood because like it's literally for the youth. It was designed by 2 young entrepreneurs and literally wanted young people from college or just graduated from college to get into it. You know, and I respect that. I respect it so much because for me, I'm just like, I mean, since I got...
Because you're trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah, since I got banned, I mean, I get 1,500 and I was only doing it for 3 months. So that's not that bad for just stocks. That's just a side thing. You know, that's not even my job. So right now in the meantime, I looked at the apps. I'm like, fuck no. I'm not gonna risk my shit right there. Like I'm actually good at Robinhood. At least just
you understand it. You know how it's working. You get a flow. So now you're kind of like
no, but I do suggest that. Actually, you know, it's funny. So many people has hit me up because I post on my stories sometimes when I was doing it and all that type of stuff. So many people has hit me up
about it.
I think, yeah.
Now I'm gonna hit you up about it.
The same amount as film, and it was just like that's crazy because so many people is really interested, and I really do suggest you guys should get into Robinhood, do your research. Trust me, YouTube is like the new knowledge, man. No, like I be in college, man, and you be teaching on YouTube.
Right, the same thing, and even easier because YouTube, you can be right here, YouTubing what you want to do and what you want to learn, and then you can apply it on the spot, right? And you don't have like this criticón ass fool giving you a C because that's what they think.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean,
college has its purpose.
Yeah, college does have its purpose. Not for everything though, but for majority of the majors that's there. Like as a creative, you don't really need college.
You don't.
But
the networking possibilities is probably the best thing that college has to offer for creatives.
Not even that.
You don't think so?
Not for me. Not even for me personally. I've done more connections outside of my own hustle than college. For me, it's just more like, I'm a Latino, so it's kind of like,
you feel like you have something to prove?
No, you just kind of need the degree when you go out there and look for a career. I mean, I'm not saying it's discrimination, but it's kind of like, you know, I seen it happen in my own eyes.
You need that foot in the door. Which is what the degree does.
You kind of need that, like, oh, I got evidence. I actually am.
I'm a doctor.
Oh no, that's a different level.
No, but I'm just saying, right? If you want to have a certain level of plug in society, you want to say you're a doctor, right? Because now you are an expert in editing. You're an expert in
but I would never get my doctor's for that.
No, for sure. Well, that's my point, right?
Yeah, but you're right.
Is that if you want to seem a certain way, then you have to have that certain background education, right?
Yeah, but stocks, man. Stocks is important. Stocks is something that people I'd really advise.
Yeah, but I asked you a question earlier, and I think you kind of just spoke about stocks, but you didn't say how much is a solid amount.
Oh yeah. Look. People do paper trading, so that's like fake trading, like you know. But
practice.
Yeah, practice pretty much. I never did that. Nah.
You want to get right into it, right?
I guess. But
real money, real estate.
But when I first started, I put like $100. But then, because I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna invest like a couple. I'm gonna gain some cents and lose some cents, just to see how it feels. You know.
Get that feeling.
And then right after, when I get the hang of it, I actually put like 1,500. Put 1,500. I think that's a well amount of money to be like okay. But I mean, if you want to do 1,500, then do it. You know. But I mean, don't expect to have like so many profits like 1,000, 2,000. Like if you invest 500, don't be expecting 600. You don't be expecting 1,000. You know, expect like $50, $100 max, $30. You know. So when I get back in, when I get unbanned, September 1, and I'm learning doing this. In the meantime, I'm doing my own I'm doing my own research. I'm reading a little bit, YouTube videos, seeing other people's experiences. I'm gonna go back in and probably put 5 racks in it. You know, and because it's been a minute.
That's what's up.
It's been a minute, and I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna try my best, but there's always gonna be losses, man. There's always gonna be losses, and not many people like to talk about like their L's, I guess you could say, or their downfalls in a sense like that. I got like one big loss in stocks. I had a couple loss like $70, $60, but this is one downfall. There's one loss, a profit. It was like almost to 1,000. And that was bad. Like that taste, like you felt that taste, and it's disgusting. It's just like wow, and it made you feel like I don't want to like. It gets you emotional. It gets you like so many different feelings. But now I look back to it, I'm just like, all right, okay.
It's part of it. right?
But the thing is, I will tell you this: one loss of profits of stocks can literally drain down your profits. So be aware of it. So be aware of that coming in to your stocks. You know, like if I'm gonna trade this, blah blah blah. You know, you look through, like, you kind of organize it in your head. I could lose it all. Do I feel confident about it? Have I done enough research? The patterns, like, cause there's patterns in the charts, and every time there's patterns, it's eventually gonna break. You get me? So you can never predict. You can never know what price point is gonna be at, but you at least know the direction it's gonna go, and that's how I feel. You know, there's so many brokers that does that. And they fucking know so much about it. I know in the basic entry level, I can see the charts. I read it. I'm like, cool, it's gonna go up, but like in any second now it could break and it's gonna go down because I see the strokes. I see the little things. So you do your research about that.
Yeah.
I did it myself. I learned it myself by trading. And I got to see it. I'm like, okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's what that. Like when that happens, that's what happens, you know.
Yeah.
Such and such. So
I have a friend, Chris Flores, that's a stockbroker, and I'm gonna get
I know him.
Most likely.
Football player
from HP.
Yeah, he's a football player, no?
Yeah. You might know.
Yeah.
He always dresses all professional and stuff.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Typical looking like broker look, right? So anyways, I want to get him on the show so that because he's more into it, right? Like he's actually educating himself as far as like a book and writing type way. So I feel like he would have a little bit more knowledge.
Yeah, more invested time in it, for sure.
That way he can elaborate, right? And that way he can kind of explain for. I mean, you probably would understand everything he's saying, right? People like myself and people in my audience, they'd be like,
you're like, whoa.
So let's say it in a simple way. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really understand something, this is what I learned in my 25 years of age. If you understand something, you don't have to sound all fancy with it.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
People be doing too much. People be doing too much, and I've seen that in my own eyes. And like when I go to concerts or when I like the music industry itself, or like just hearing conversations from the elevators at Sony, like they be talking too much. They be doing too much. They be downgrading the person that they're talking to just to make them feel a certain way.
They try to, right? But when you're smart, you understand that they're trying to do that to you, and you're just like, dude, you can try all you want to bring me down with your fancy jargon.
I'm not about that. I'm more like there's enough money for everybody. There's enough knowledge to be spread around.
Right.
You know, like
so share the knowledge in a simple way.
Yeah, like I don't trip about it, cause like if it was vice versa, I would like someone to do that for me.
Teach me.
You get me? So it's like
it makes sense.
So like when somebody asks me any question, I'm all for it. I can explain the whole thing for them, because it's just like you're just being an asshole if you're just keeping your knowledge to yourself and just trying to win yourself. Like I'm not about that.
Yeah,
you know, that's like really like that's just like I keep saying, I'm blessed that I know the video stuff. Right. That I've been in a certain environment. You know, that I go to college, that I work, that I done certain avenues that like I wasn't expecting that I'd do, but then I did it. You know, so then if somebody else right next to me, younger than me or even older than me, tells me like, hey, give me some insight. You know, and a couple people do with photography or cameras. Even you have like, you know, how does this camera work? Such as, bro, I'll give you the whole blueprint that I know. You know, this is like my way. You know, there's many different ways, but this is my, because you never know what that might help or what that might break down to something else. You know, you never know who you might be talking to. So yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, so those people are the epitome of shitty behavior. You know what I'm saying? While you are on the other side of that, you know what I'm saying? Because you were teaching me at the beginning how to edit. You were teaching me how to set up the tripod. You were teaching me how to set up the camera.
Now you got your own equipment.
Right.
Balling out. Yeah.
But my point is that when you were teaching me these things, you were very patient.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And
I tried to be.
You were very patient. You invested a lot of time. And obviously, I'm very grateful for that.
No, for sure, man.
I'm really happy that, you know, I was walking down the street that one time and I was like, hey, fool,
yeah.
And then you're like, don't even trip, fool. I'll get you started right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but that's the real soul. That's the real power of being down to earth. That's the real power of breaking things down simply, even though things may be really complicated. And so that just differentiates you right away from a whole nother segment of people that are freaking greedy as shit. They just want everything for themselves. They want to hoard all the resources, and they just want to make themselves rich, right? But Joe Rogan always says there's a piece of the pie for everybody.
Oh, he says that?
He said that. You know what? He's a good guy. He's totally a good guy.
Yeah, I love Joe Rogan.
He's not really one of those crazy guys that just wants
he's
shit
amazing.
for himself.
He's amazing.
If you notice, everyone he brings onto his show, they explode.
What do you mean?
Like, let's say They say there's an up and coming comedian.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody knows about.
Oh yeah. I get what you mean.
He gets on the show.
No, have you seen Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Bob Lazar one?
Okay, I haven't seen it, but I know. Well, Bob Lazar is the fool that basically worked in Area 51, right?
He was a
physicist.
He worked at Area S4 or some shit like that.
Okay, so not Area 51.
Yeah, not Area 51, but I mean, he was so nearby it. And
but basically, he saw crazy shit, right?
Bro, he worked on it. He worked on the reactor. You guys should check that out. Bob Lazar. Well, ever since that, I saw the documentary, the one on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, low key, the director could have done a better job. It was low key. Like, I don't like I don't like saying the word hate, but I just like certain parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw the Joe Rogan one,
it was so much better.
Bro, like it's because you know how Joe Rogan approaches people. You know, it's just natural.
It's cool. It's calm.
His communication skills is like A1.
Dude, the best.
And when Bob Lazar like talked about everything, bro, like it's crazy. Like,
well, he basically said that he wanted to give Bob Lazar the open mic to just unwind the story.
He has that power now, man. I mean, he's been having that power. He's like anything that he like does or anything
that he
advertises, people be on it. Like, you check it out. I think my bro of mine, he was telling me the other day about some like jacuzzi or some like I don't know something.
The flow tank.
Yeah, the flow tank. He told me he went right. He checked it out, and in the list like, oh, where did he hear us from?
Joe Rogan.
It says like from a friend or from I forgot what other box it was. He told me it was 3. The bottom, the last one said Joe Rogan.
Oh my god! You know Joe Rogan's didn't pay for that, right?
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny because like, that's the level that he's at.
Oh, he's such an influencer.
No, I want to check that out though.
Yeah.
My bro said it was amazing.
Dude, me too.
You ever checked it out? Crazy. You checked it out?
I haven't yet. Okay. But I'm on vacation right now, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, you know what? It might be a little anxiety-inducing because it's dark and you just float. You know what I'm saying? And it just closes, so you might mess around and be like, if you're claustrophobic, it's probably not for you. Yeah. But I want to try it though.
No, my bro did it. You know Fonzie? Yeah. He said it's amazing. I gotta go check it out. But Joe Rogan, back to him, it's like, this stuff is crazy.
Yeah, and that story with Bob Lazar, I didn't hear.
Ever since then,
completely.
I checked out Interstellar. I checked out 2001: Space Odyssey, The Martian, Apollo 18, but that shit was true.
And what did you get? What did you get from that conversation?
From the Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar.
Well, I just wanted to know more about like people's, because what's that guy's name? He's African American. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Well, like, you know, I heard
he's a genius, bro.
He's a genius too. So I want to know more insight of how people perspectives about space and how it works. Because Bob Lazar was talking about his reactor, about how much stuff has been kind of like a secret, and then, what else did I get? It's just the most I mean, if the FBI knocked onto his house, they're trying to look for this certain element. There you go. They're trying to look for this certain element in the periodic table that barely got established in 2016, but he knew about it in the 80s. So, you know, they're so advanced, the U.S. government, so back then, like 30 years from now, barely, like, put it in the periodic table.
So it makes us think, like, how advanced can they be right now?
Yeah, so like right now at this point, are they like what, in 2050 right now? You know?
This is a strong correlation, right?
And there's there's UFOs. For me personally, UFOs do exist.
Have you ever seen one?
Nah. I seen like some trippy shit, like you know those dolls. Yeah. They had like those weird ass mouths. Like my sister, you know those dolls that
the porcelain dolls
from the quinceañeras.
The ugly ass ones.
The ugly ass ones, bro. My sister has like 1 or 2 of them, right? Yeah. And I never go to her room just because of that. When I was small, I kid you not. I was like 10 years old, right? I was going to the restroom, and I kid you not, I saw the doll walking back to her room.
What?
This is like in the middle of the night.
No.
I kid you not.
How old were you?
Like around 10 through like 12.
Were you on drugs? Just kidding. No.
No. I thought about it back then. Like, wait, was I on drugs? Like, I was a kid. What the fuck? What type of drugs would I put my hands into?
No. I'm just kidding about.
No, for sure. But then I was like, was that just a dream? Right. I'm like, no, because I remember I went to the restroom. I low key slapped myself with water to like try to wake myself up. And I looked at my sister's room, and like the door's like slightly, like it's shut, but it's like slightly open. I'm like, I do not want to go in there. Fuck that shit. My sister's there. And then that's it. I mean, nothing ever happens after that. Like, that's it. Like, that's literally the whole story. But I remember that time I looked at it, and it looked at me, and it just walked into my sister.
Was it made eye contact with you?
Yeah. Like the head turned.
What?
But then it was just like, cause it was like really fast. It was like, I'm just like, I was like, what the fuck?
Like tricky.
Yeah, some trippy shit. But I mean, it might be a dream, man. But I think that's the most creepiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Like,
well, you know what the thing about memories is that they're kind of, sort of unreliable.
You think so?
Yeah. Like we can, like, if you really believe that you saw something,
you actually tend to believe
your
it.
memory will just recreate itself into that.
Yeah, and that's why.
Which is the tricky thing about memory. But it's like, I don't want to, like, in a way, you know, there's probably some people that can say, well, maybe, you know, you didn't get raped. You just think you did.
Oh, no,
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
That's a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Stuff.
I don't want to say that people are making up rapes and stuff. But what I am saying is that sometimes maybe we're missing something in our memory.
Yeah, so memories is a tricky place.
So there's a gap. Yeah. And we make something up.
Yeah, like, what's that? It wasn't a show, it was a movie. Netflix original. When They See Us.
When They See Us, I know about it. I've heard a lot about it.
That one, like, they interrogated them, like
the black kids, right?
Like African American kids, yeah, and they made them believe what they did. You know, as a youngster, you keep saying it, and like they don't give you food, they don't give you no type of like supply, you don't get to see your parents, type of stuff like that. Any question, they're just forcing it to your face. Like, you actually tend to believe it because they're just throwing it at you. You know, these are like what, 30 through 50-year-olds detectives, and you're like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, like, you know, at a young age, or 15 or whatever. It's just, you know, you think about it like, did I actually do that? And you're being told by these detectives, you know, you're being lied to. Is like, of course, you know, like, kind of like believe it, but you know you didn't. You know, so stuff like that, memories wise, that's kind of like memories is a crazy place, because then you could probably say, like, just say, like, in football, like, oh, I remember when I did that, and then someone is like, no, you didn't. Yeah. You never did that.
Yeah.
But then, yes, I did. Like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
But then, like, in that memory, somehow, some way,
I feel you.
You know.
I feel you. But then there's just straight up liars.
Yeah.
And then there's the people who are just completely unrealistic about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Where they think they're good, but they suck. Right? Oh, I was knocking everybody's head off. Dude, you could barely put your shoes on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, right. Again, back to that, it's like, so it's so faulty. Yeah,
it's
so faulty.
So like
can't trust it.
So like the story I told you about the doll. Maybe because I was like, as a young kid, I was so scared about it. Maybe I just made myself like fuck that shit, like fuck that doll.
Right. You had to make up a story to make sure that you stayed away from it.
Maybe, man. I don't know. But
Nah. If I'm being honest with you, bro, I do kind of believe in that sort of magical-ish. There's no evidence for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Science will say.
Well, maybe there is.
You're on crack.
We just haven't like really seen it.
We haven't developed that part of our mind to be able to comprehend that.
We haven't even researched about it. Like ghosts. Like, I don't know, I've never seen a ghost, but there's so many research about it, on like, and spirits and this stuff like that. I mean when I see like a Bob Lazar speaking about it, then come on, man. Like,
it makes you think. Right.
You know, so the UFOs thing, I think it does exist. Me personally,
I feel like
I think we're just at a certain like mindset, and we're like in 2019. I feel like we're still thinking like we're like in the 1980s. Like, no, it's not. I think like, bro, it's time for us to like, all right, it does exist. Let's just accept it. But I feel like people don't want to accept it. I feel like it's just fear.
Well, I've never met anyone of our generation or younger that doesn't accept the fact that it's a possibility that aliens exist. Have you ever met anyone of our age or below, my age, your age, below us, that thinks like, that actually makes the sentence, that says the sentence, aliens are not real?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I actually haven't talked to people like, I don't go to them, hey bro, you think aliens are real?
No, but you know people.
Or like that conversation.
Have you heard people deny that? Well, I can't say deny because there's no evidence of it, but at the same time, is there people that are like, damn right, no way, dude?
How many times have I talked about this? Not many few, but I mean,
that's true. You don't go up to random people like, hey, do you believe in aliens?
Or even with your homies, you know, like,
dude, all my homies and I, were like, dude, aliens are a fact. Like, they've seen shit. Like, I haven't seen a UFO before, but just by calculating the weight of the universe, it's impossible for human beings to be the only intelligent. Or
no,
even,
we're not intelligent.
Who knows if we're even intelligent?
We're not smart. We're not.
You know, we're just like ants. to probably other species around the universe or universe.
Yeah, I think there's something out there. Like I was seeing the Interstellar one, how the dimensions, stuff like that. Like that's still a whole trip. Like that's weird as fuck. Do I believe in it? For me, it sounds like a stretch.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it is true. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. But would I like pour my heart out and be like, it is true, like nah. I'm more like, that sounds interesting, maybe it's true. But like the UFOs, I'll be like, bro, check out Bob Lazar. Check out that Joe Rogan, check out the documentary, check out more the interviews from way back then when he was young. Like this dude used to put like a fucking like a rocket in his fucking car, in his bike.
I heard.
Like crazy shit.
It was a Civic.
So they try to erase his work experience where he did his work back then. True. Like they erased him. You can't like anything from like his birth, anything from his school. They erased him.
That's so fucked up,
bro. That does not just happen out of nowhere, bro.
Right.
There was some shit that they were trying to like throw under the bus and like, okay, we don't even know his ass. But there was still evidence how like I think there was evidence he was saying like, oh, I did work there for a certain amount of years. I think it was called Los Alamos. I'm pretty sure I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Los Alamos.
Right.
And they called him up like, nope, we never heard of him, this and that. Someone found like a worksheet of like their numbers, like, oh, these are the contacts from our company.
Employees.
Yeah, exactly. That's worked there, blah blah. Someone found it, took a picture, sent it to him, boom, got exposed. He's in that list.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, they're totally like trying to like erase him.
See, what I appreciate about the whole Bob Lazar conversation is maybe let's say it's all full of shit. Cool, whatever. Here's the good part. It's got you thinking.
It got you thinking, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many people out there that are not even thinking.
No, but then I forgot who said it. I feel like it was Joe Rogan. I think he was just like, I mean, if it is true, then what? Now what? What do we do? Okay, it's true. Aliens exist. UFOs, cool. We're gonna go out hunting for them. What the fuck? So it's like, okay, let's just accept it.
For me, it's just one of those things where I'd be very comfortable with saying, awesome. I can't wait till they show up and say hi.
Yeah. Or when he said that, I was just like, you're right. Like,
you're like, now what? Who cares? Like, really?
Okay, no, I would care, but I would be like, well, what can we do?
How is it gonna change your life? How is the trajectory of your life gonna change? Knowing that aliens exist, it's probably not gonna change.
Not as much, but like at least the fact that like, damn, there's something out there.
It might change a little bit more of like the God question. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because like we think that God created us.
I didn't think about that. That was a good one.
For me, I'd get more into the thinking of like Prometheus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what the fuck is
that? Prometheus is this movie where basically a creature on Earth was created by an alien from a different universe.
Is it a movie?
Yeah. So basically, the idea is this: you give birth to another life form, just like just like Frankenstein gave birth to his monster.
Oh yeah.
That's the idea of Prometheus.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Maybe aliens gave birth to us. Right, that for me.
I don't even want to go there, bro.
Right, I feel you.
I don't mind, but
no,
that's like a whole ass spread, man.
Yeah.
I think what was it, Stonehenge, or was it some other shit that like supposedly that like the aliens established that and he put the rocks there. I think it was either Stonehenge or it was some other type of rocks. You know how Stonehenge just doesn't move. It's planted.
Yeah, or the pyramids and all that. There's so many.
Oh, the pyramids. That's some other crazy shit, bro. Who was it? Richard Pryor? Have you seen like a skit of Richard Pryor about the pyramids?
I know he was funny as hell, but
I love Richard Pryor.
I haven't really seen much of his comedy.
Like he was doing like a skit how like he went to the pyramids. It was like around the 90s or 80s. He's with like a bunch of white folks and he's like the only black.
Yeah. And
he goes in and he's discovering the book of like pyramids. They actually go to the tomb. They're like, he was just like, see all of this? The what's it called? The main people from the pyramids?
Pharaohs?
The pharaohs, like, these pharaohs are blacks. They're blacks. And he's getting all happy, and then, like, the white people just kind of, like, trap him in there and then, like, leave him for dead. And it's kind of like, well, that's the hidden truth. Were the blacks really the pharaohs? You know, like who wrote the history about that? You know? So, like, that's always a trip for me, because I always wonder about that. Yeah. I feel like you think about the U.S., Slowkey's it's been written their way. You know, like history, now like Christopher Columbus. You know, like now we're finally getting the idea of like who he really was. But then like if you go to like an elementary and look at the books, it shows him as like a hero. Exactly. So it's kind of like, bro, this dude was killing people like back to back.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like it's one of those things that you just want to be like this is what happened. We should accept this as a society, and that's it.
Right.
People don't really want to do that.
Right.
Because like it's been in the books for so many years. Why change it?
Definitely.
No, they're just being assholes.
Yeah.
You know, it should change.
Well, let's wrap this up. Would you like to share maybe a couple points of advice maybe for young creators?
I need advice.
Editors.
I'm not thinking. Editors or I guess
creators, maybe young creators.
I guess creative. I mean, that's
going through the struggle.
That's a broad world. Chill. Everyone's going through the struggle. But as in like creative wise, just keep doing you. If you think like if I pick up a camera and you want to do a certain thing, it's like you could do it. It's just like when I first picked up a camera, I was like, I was just shooting random shit. Oh, look, that's cool, cool point shoot. You know. Now it's more like I know the full details of a camera, the manual. You know, like certain like or when you're editing, like certain files, certain codes of it. You know, trust me. Within the years, you're just gonna grow into it. Invest in yourself. Invest in knowledge. I think knowledge is the most powerful shit ever. Because like without that, it's just like, you know, money. What the fuck would money do? You know, by the end of the day, a lot, but not to its full extent, knowledge-wise. So I think it's about it. Just invest in yourself and just be patient. I think that's something I'm working on. Being patient. Being patient is really crucial. It sucks, man, because you just like I want to right now. Like, I want to get back in something. I want to get
to the top. Right.
I want to be right now, but you gotta be patient. It's something that I think I'm working on hella a lot. But yeah, that's about it, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Luis, for showing on the show. Where can people find out more about you?
I'm not really into the social. Just Instagram. Voyager.iii. I made that word up. So yeah. Voyager. I think it was cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
It presents me, but check me out over there, I guess. You can check out my videos. I don't really post about myself. I usually post about work. Here and there about me. But I think that's about it. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Awesome. And I am your guy, your host of the Drippy Foster podcast, Jesus Flores, also known as J Flow. You can find me at Drippy _J Flow. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys next time.